Hello everyone, welcome back. So today's topic is going to be on C interview questions related to while loop. Okay, the previous video which I had covered, I would have taught you about if else conditional statements followed by few questions based on while looping concepts. Okay, now this is the continuation of the previous video where I'll be covering few more code snippets related to C interview questions. Okay, now let's move on directly to the question number 1, the first question. There is a variable which is declared, a variable x which is initialized with value 0. Now come to the condition while of x plus plus, it is post increment. Okay, so what will happen in post increment, the current value of x would be considered, and then later on after evaluating this expression it will be incremented by plus 1. So come here, it will be while of 0. What is while of 0? Now the condition is 0, right, which means it is false. Please note, any false values means return value will be 0, but all true values can be negative numbers or it can be negative positive numbers. All these are true values. For example, you can have, after evaluating the expression, the return value can be 1 or it can be minus 1 or it can be 100. So any positive numbers or negative numbers are considered to be true values, but false values will always be 0. Please understand this. Okay, then you can proceed. So what is while of x plus plus? So x is 0, so it is while of true. It will not enter the while conditional statements, while looping constructs. So immediately it come to line number 13. What is line number 13? There are no executable statements. Main method ends here. So the output of the code snippet will be, it prints nothing. Nothing is printed. So let's check the output for this particular code. I'll run the code. See, nothing is printed. Okay, so the output is nothing is printed. Then we'll move on to the second question. Just go through the second question. What is the second question? Hash define. I'm using hash define preprocessor directive. Hash define x as 0. Now what is the value of x? It is 0. So get inside the program. So it is while of, what is x? It is 0. 0 equal to 0. Is 0 equal to 0 true, right? So the entire expression would be replaced by 1 if it is true value. Okay. Since it is true, what happens? It enters the while loop. Okay, now there are two statements. The first statement is printf hello welcome. So the output will be hello welcome. This is the output which is displayed, and after that there is a break encountered, which means immediately after printing hello welcome for the first time, since break is executed, break statement will completely come out of the while loop. It doesn't move to the next iteration, so it immediately moves to line number 12. Program ends here. So hello welcome is printed only once for this particular code snippet. Let's check. So I'm just running the program. See, hello welcome is printed once. Okay, this is the second question. Let's move on to the third question. What is the third question? Int x equal to 6, right? While x is equal to 6 minus minus. Now just check, have a look at this particular code snippet. It's a bit tricky question. 6 minus minus. So once if you see this particular code snippet, you would think, okay, the code is actually correct. But please make sure increment or decrement operators cannot be implemented on literals or constants. Okay, it can be only used on variables. I can write as x minus minus, or I can write x plus plus, and so on. But 6 minus minus is not valid, which means syntax error. Okay, so I'll get compile time error when I run this particular code. See the output here, L value required as decrement operand. Okay, so you should have a variable when you're making use of increment or decrement operators. Got it? So this is the third question. Now let's move on to the fourth question. It's very interesting. What is fourth question? Int x equal to 1. So x value of x is 1 while printf percentage d 2. Now understand printf. What will printf do? It will print 2 onto the terminal. So 2 is the output. What is the return value of this printf? 2 is printed. So how many characters? Only 1 character. So return value will be 1, right? Okay, so it will be while of 1 equal to 1 equal to what is x value? 1. So all are positive numbers. Okay, so it is always true, right? So it enters print hello. Hello is printed. Again it goes back. So it's printing 2. Then the same condition holds good. It enters hello. So this continues how many times? Infinite times. So let's check the output. See, two hello is printed continuously. So this particular code snippet will result in infinite output. Okay, let me stop the execution. Okay, then move on to the next question. Question number 5. What is question number 5? Please note printf %LD. I'm just using LD, long integer, to avoid warning when I'm executing in the online compiler. Size of null. What is size of null? Please note down, size of null is always 8 bytes. It's always 8 bytes. So it's printing size of null. Let's check. See, it is 8 bytes. Okay, please note down, size of null is always 8 bytes in case of online compilers. Okay, that's why I just use this particular code snippet here to tell you what is size of null. Okay, now observe this code snippet. Since you know what is size of null will return, now it will be easy for you to find out what is the actual output of the code snippet. Int x, it's only a variable. I have not declared anything, I have not initialized anything. Okay, come here, line number 6. What is happening? While of size of null. Okay, just now I taught you what is size of null. It is 8. So it will replace while of 8. True or false? It is true, right? Condition is true. If it is true, what happens? It enters the while loop. I'm printing high. Output will be high is printed. Then there is a continue statement here. What do you mean by continue? Don't move on with the next statement. Immediately you continue with the next iteration. So it goes back to line number 6. It doesn't go to line number 10. Okay, so break will not be executed at all. So it goes back. Again, it is size of null. So while of 8. So again it comes, prints high. I think now you would have guessed, right? For every iteration, high will be printed how many times? Infinite times. Let's run the code. See, high is printed infinite times. It's going on printing high. Okay. Let me stop the code. Okay, then we'll move on to the next question. Question number 7. Please observe question number 7. What is question number 7? Okay, now the previous example was size of null, right? Size of a null was 8 bytes. Now what is the size of 0? 0 is an integer value. What is size of 0? It is 4 bytes. So this will be replaced by while of 4, because normal integer value will have 4 bytes, right? It is true. The condition is true. If it is true, it enters. Okay. High is printed as output. Okay. After that, if size of 0, what is size of 0? If of 4, right? What is if of 4? It's also true. Condition is true because it is greater than, it is a non-zero value, so it is true. So it comes inside. There is a break statement encountered, which means it immediately comes out of the looping. Okay, then it moves to line number 13. So what is the output here? High is printed once, right? And it comes out. Since there are no statements here, high will be printed once. This should be the output. Okay, one second. I'll just comment here. Let me run. See, high is printed only once. Got it? Understood? So this is the code snippet. The next question, question number 8. What is question number 8? Can you guess what is the output? Int x equal to 2, y equal to 0. Fine. So what's happening here? It is while of x minus y, 2 minus 0, right? What is 2 minus 0? While of 2. What is while of 2? It is true. If it is true, what happens? It enters. High is printed. Then it goes back. The same condition, right? So again, high is printed. So what is the answer? High will be printed infinite times. Okay, let's check. See, high is printed infinite times. Okay, now we'll move on to the stop the execution. Let me delete the code. Move on to the next one. What is the next question? Okay, now this is very interesting. Now float x. What is x value? 9.5. Okay, come here. What is this? While of 9.5. It is true or false? It is true. Obviously, it is true, right? A non-zero value. So it is true. It can be decimal. It can be a whole number, etc. Okay, so it is true. So it enters. Now it will print high as the output. Then I'm changing the value of x. What is the value of x? It is x equal to x minus, what is x? 9.5 minus 0.5. So what is the answer? It should be 9, right? 9.5 minus 0.5 is 9. Okay, now it comes in checks whether x equal to 7.0 floating point value. Now since it is 9.0, it is 9.0 f 9.0 f, it doesn't enter if statement, so it goes back to line number 6. Now again, what is x value? It is 9. Now it checks 9.0 true or false. It is true, so it enters. Now high is printed once again. Okay, then again it is minus 5. What will happen? 9 minus 0.5 will be 8.5. Okay, now this is not equal to 7, so again it goes back. Now what is the condition here? It is 8.5. True or false? It is true, right? So it enters. High will be printed once again. Okay, then again it is 8.5 minus 8.5 minus 0.5 will be 8. Okay, this is not equal, so again it goes back to line number 6. Now 8.0, it is true value, right? Again it can, since it gets inside the while loop, high is again printed. So now it will be 8.0 minus 0.5. This will be 7.5, right? Okay, it is not equal, so again it goes back. Now the condition will be 7.5 true or false? It is true, right? So again it prints high. Then again this will be 7.5 minus 0.5. Now the answer is 7, which is equivalent to 7.0 f. So now what happens? It enters. The condition is true here. It enters. There is a break, which means it doesn't go to the next iteration. It immediately comes out of the while loop. So how many times high is printed? 5 times. Okay, now let's check the output. One second. Okay, high is printed 5 times. Okay, so this is the output for this particular code snippet. The next question. Okay, now come check here. Just have a look at this particular code snippet for a minute. X equal to 0 while semicolon semicolon printf high if x equal to 3 break x plus plus, right? Is the syntax correct? Please check. Is the syntax correct? Wrong. So what is the output you will get? You will get compile time error. Now let's check, because only one condition should be specified within while loop. See here. So the expression is before semicolon, error expected expression before semicolon, so it is an error. So compile time error, since we are not following the syntax of while loop. Okay, now the next question. What is 11th question? This is very interesting. While, see here, while not of 8, correct? While of not of 8. First let's evaluate this. What is not of 8? 8 is true, right? What is not of true? False. So this will be 0. Now after this it will be while of not of 0 will be 1. So what is 1? It is true. Okay, not of 8, not of true. Not of true is false, not of false is true. So it enters. So what do you mean? The output will be high, 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 and so on. So infinite times high should be printed. Let's check. See, infinite times high is printed. You got it? Okay, now let's move on to the next question. Let's move on to the next question. Question number 12. Okay, can you guess? While not of printf hello world. While not of printf hello world. So what will happen? While of not of hello world, right? It will print hello world onto the terminal. Fine. But what is the return value? It is the number of characters that is displayed, right? Hello world. So hello world has 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So this will be not of while of 11. Correct. So what is the output here? The condition while of not of 11, not of true will be 0. So it is false. So it comes out of the while loop. So let's run the code. See, hello world is printed once. After printing hello world, the return value will be 11. Not of 11 is 0. So only once hello world will be printed. Got it? The next question. Question number 13. Okay, this should be very interesting now. Observe. It's an array. Okay, you have 2, 3. Now let me put 0 here, while a of 2. So the first index is pointed by a of 0, second one a of 1, third one a of 2. What is a of 2? 0. Okay, a of 2, while 0 equal to, what is a of 3? 0, 1, 0, 1 and 2. But what is a of 3? When you try to retrieve the values out of range, then the value of that will be 0, right? So it is 0. A of 3 is not there, so obviously it will be filled with zeros. Got it? So the condition is true here. If it is true, it enters the loop. Now check if a of 3. What is a of 3? A of 3 is 0 because no value has been given there. So if of 0, false, right? So it enters. What is else part? Break. Got it? So it should not print anything. So the output is it doesn't print anything. Got it? You understood the flow? A of 2. What is a of 2? It is pointing to 0. So 0 is equal to a of 3. What is a 3? There are no values assigned. So obviously when no values are assigned, it will be filled with 0. As array will be, index will be filled with 0. That's why 0 equal to 0. Then it comes and checks if a of 3. What is a of 3? No value here, so it is 0. It is false, so it moves to else part and there is a break statement. Okay, next question. Question number 14. Question number 14. Okay, now observe this. What this code I will actually do? Printf %t within single quote 0, which means ASCII value of 0, which means it will give you what is the ASCII value of 0. So let me run the code. 48. So what is ASCII value of 0? It is 48. To find out any ASCII value, just use %t followed by ASCII value of 0 is 48. Now let me find out what is the ASCII value of 1. So 0 followed by 49. Okay. Now run. It is 49. So to print the ASCII value, this is a code snippet. Next one. Next question. While of ASCII value of 0. Now what is the condition? Previously I taught you what is ASCII value of 0, right? It is 48. While of 48. What is while of 48? It is true. While of 48 is true. So it will come here, it will print hi once. After printing, there's immediately a break statement, which means hi is printed only once. It will come out of the while loop. Okay. Now let's run the code. See, hi is printed only once. Got it? So any value which is given within single quote, the ASCII value will be printed. The next one. While str equal to, it's an array string, right? Array of character string. But please do remember, we cannot compare string in this manner. We can use inbuilt function string compare. So obviously it will move to the else part. Else part, there's nothing here, right? There's nothing here. So nothing will be printed. Output will be nothing is printed on the terminal. So always it is false. Even though it is same, you cannot just compare two strings using equality operator. Next question, the last question. Okay, it is conditional operator, which means it is ternary operator. I'll teach you now what is ternary operator. So this is ternary operator. Okay, now see here, what is value of x? X equal to 0, while plus x. Now the condition will be while of 1, right? It is true. Plus x means value will be incremented and that value I'm using here. So it enters Now I'm changing the value of x here. What is the value of x? X equal to, first it checks minus minus x. What is minus minus x? Now x value has been changed to 1, right? Now when pre decrement is done, minus minus x will be changed to 0, right? 0. I'm checking whether 0 is true or false here. That's why this question mark. Okay, true or false. 0 is true or false? It is false. When it is false, the second expression will be evaluated. When this particular condition is true, then first value will be evaluated. Got it? It will evaluate this expression using question mark. If the return value of this expression is true, the first expression will be considered. Otherwise, the second expression, if this particular condition is false, it moves to the second condition. So what is the x value here? Obviously else part, so 1. So output should be 1, right? See what's happening? 1 0 1 0 1 0. Okay, for this particular case here it prints 1, printf 1. Okay, you got it. Again it goes back. Now it doesn't come to this particular printf statement. Again it goes back. Now what is value of x? X is 0, right? So it will go back again 1. So again it will come. So it will print 0 1 0 1 0 will be automatically printed. 0 is this particular condition. Okay, so this is infinite loop. So I hope you understood the video. Thank you.